Hello fellow Gwent players, as you may know, there is a countdown on the Play Gwent website right now. It has around 45 minutes left at the moment, and I'm gonna be on Twitch watching the reveal. I think it's on YouTube. There's gonna be like a little video they have for us talking about what this countdown is for, and yeah, I'll have Twitch chat kind of somewhere on the screen, and yeah, we're just gonna watch and see what this news is all about. I'm hoping it's gonna be a new expansion. Should probably be a new expansion if I'm honest. And yeah, now we can see what this is gonna be. And yeah. Alright, we have an actual update. Apparently there's gonna be an Alzur card coming out right now. Some of the Twitch chat people did say that there is an Alzur card apparently. I haven't looked at it. It's apparently on Twitter. I could look on Twitter on it, but I kind of want to wait for this to update. The German version, obviously, because I am obviously Austrian. And yeah, we'll have to wait for this to update, and then I'll be back with you guys. Alright, we are on 100%. We gotta start the game and see what has changed. What has changed? What will be changing? Is there gonna be a huge balance patch right now? Apparently it's an Alzur card. I mean, it is an Alzur card, from what I've heard so far from Twitch chat, basically. And let's see if we can find it like this. Like, it's an oddity, right? It's a different card. It might be 10, I can see it being 10 provisions. Okay, maybe it's not 10 provisions. Maybe I've already seen it and I missed it. Yeah, I probably missed it. Let's look at Alzur. Alzur. 11? I missed him. Oh, damn. Whenever you play a spell card, spawn a random unit with the same provision cost on this row? Whoa! What? Yo, that's kind of crazy. I knew they were gonna print an Alzur card, but I thought it was gonna come out in the expansion. Yo, this card is insane! It's not even a meme card. Like, you play like high provision spells, and you get like 11 provision cards. Like, you play this with Oneromancy, you can get like Spear Tip and... Bro, you can get a Spear Tip for free? You play as Oneromancy and you get a free Spear Tip or Keltalis? Is it faction specific? Wait, let me just look. Whenever you spawn a random unit. Oh, it's random unit. It's completely random. It's not even faction specific. Oh boy. I mean, what's the best like provision cost looking like? 12 is looking pretty decent. Like, the worst you can get is like, okay, oh bro, you can get like Sienna. You can get a free Sienna, dude. 11, what is 11 looking like? 11 actually not looking too terrible here. This is gonna be tomorrow's episode of meme cards. It's quite obvious, to be fair. Like, this is insane, bro. This is just beautiful. I love it. This card is great. This is absolutely fantastic. Everybody's gonna be trying to this card. It does have potential. It definitely has potential. So let's read the patch notes here. Somebody did link the patch notes here. We're gonna go full screen as well. So we got the patch notes. Elves is no longer a default tribal package. Tourney Shelmar is removed from mechanical create packages. Oh, they're talking... Oh, okay. I think they're talking about draft mode. Oh, yeah, they are talking about draft mode. Okay. Yeah, okay, so this is just the draft mode. Whatever, who cares about draft mode? Nobody cares about draft mode. Alright, this has nothing to do with game. Alright, so Twitch chat telling me to open the website. Oh, it's less than a minute. We got... 24, like, the thing is, we're gonna count down to something and nothing is gonna appear. Like, we're gonna have to wait like a minute or two after the countdown even starts. Like, the countdown's gonna end and it's like, and then nothing is gonna happen. Unless there is actually something gonna happen in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, it's so anticlimactic. Like, come on, guys. Let's be real here. We can just... oh, yeah. Let me just change this website to English real quick. And while I change it to English, that means I'm also going to restart it. 0. What is this? What is this scam? No. I think we just need to start refreshing. We got to spam the refresh. So... Oh, look at that, baby. Look at that. Oh, dude, that's so good. Way of the Witcher. Ooh. Let's see what this says. Oh, baby. Let's go. We got something. We don't actually need headphones. I don't know why I'm wearing headphones. Is there a trailer? There is a trailer. Yes. Okay, we do need headphones. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, they're not revealing anything. Oh. Wait, what is this? Fight monsters or become one yourself. Discover how the breath of addition's way of wish chooses the identity. Okay. Whoa. That looks pretty cool. That's looking pretty cool. All right, boys. It's time to watch the trailer. All right, let's go. Let's go. Now we got it. Now we got it, boys. Now we got it, boys. Let's go. Ah! All right, boys. Let's see.
Your most serene majesty, we find ourselves in a world turned most foul. A world filled with innumerable horrors, monstrosities that prey on the meek and mighty alike. 'Tis truly
a lot of monster cards.
Scourge born of nightmares. Yet it need not be so. Freed of the fetters of the spineless council, we can
No, not eyes.
new. Hunters of exceptional strength, speed, agility.
Skellige.
Equipped
Oh, yeah.
to overcome absolutely any foe.
Oh yeah.
Bards will
Oh yeah.
to their feet. For sometimes one needs a monster to slay a monster.
Aw, yeah. Fuck! Oh, I'm so happy. December 8th, let's go! Oh, we got a new border as well. 10 journey levels.
Is it just me, or does that sound far too serious? Once again, from the top.
All right. All right, all right, all right. Lovely, lovely little video there. So I guess the cards that we saw, like, with the camera swipe are these ones, where like every single like faction will get one of these Witcher cards. We got the bear, we got the cat for Scoia'tael. Movement and agility. Okay, so maybe we can actually predict. So we have beasts. I know Slama was on my stream. He literally confirmed that it's gonna be Beast SK, which is kind of cool. Scoia'tael movement and agility, which could be kind of cool. So some movement elves, maybe some movement dryads as well. Maybe some movement dwarves, who knows? You'll love to see some movement in Scoia'tael. Way of the Griffin, this is Northern Realms. Constitution and Precision. This literally gives me no information as to what they're going to do with Northern Realms. Interesting. Syndicate, Investment and Sacrifice. So this could be Insanity if it says Sacrifice. And Salamandra. Oh, it's literally going to be Salamandra cards. Okay. Like, they literally just said it's Salamandra. Okay, I'll take it. Way of Mutant, Savagery and Hunger. So that's monsters, I assume. Charges. Could be charges. Constitution and Precision. Maybe it's charges. Savagery and Hunger. Sounds like Consume. Definitely sounds like Consume, if I'm honest. And Way of the Viper, Resource Manipulation and Sabotage. Are we going to get some more deck manipulation in Nilfgaard? Sadly, these cards have not been revealed. So we have one card from each faction, apart from monsters. And what's the other one? Wait, am I stupid? Oh yeah, there's no Nilfgaard card. No Nilfgaard cards revealed today. We got 4 Witchers. Oh no, we got, yeah, 4 Witchers, but 6 of these cards. So maybe one of these isn't actually Witcher. I'm guessing one of the monsters is sort of like a failed experiment Witcher, which would be quite nice. And yeah, we got some nice looking Witchers. We got this nice, neat little card art. We can now look at the sort of trailer again and sort of like take it apart, basically.
We find ourselves in a world turned most.
All right, so here we have this sort of cat. This looks like Scoia'tael. It could be, yeah, like you're thinking monsters. It obviously looks like a monster. But this could also be like Skellige beasts, right? Because we are definitely getting Skellige beasts. Could also be Scoia'tael. If there's a tree, you can also assume it's Scoia'tael. Maybe this is like a mutated panther or something. Oh, that isn't. That is definitely a Skellige card. There's no way that's not a Skellige card, guys. I'm sorry. There's actually no way that is not a Skellige card here. Look at that. That has to be a Skellige card. There's no way that's not a Skellige card. So Skellige Beasts is so confirmed here, guys. Like, Slama even said it on my chat, so you can trust your boy with that. And yeah, that's definitely a Skellige Beasts, like a failed sort of berserk experiment.
With innumerable horrors, monstrosities.
All right, this oh, White Griffin could be pretty cool. So probably gonna be this looks like a monster card. Like this looks like a solid White Griffin monster card. What did Slama say? He literally wrote in my chat, SK Beasts confirmed. So I mean, if he says SK Beasts confirmed, that pretty much confirms SK Beast. And I mean, judging by this card as well, which is very likely just going to be an SK card, right? Okay, so we have the White Griffin here. What else do we have here?
Alive. 'Tis truly a wretched scourge born of nightmare.
Whoa, what is that? What is that? What could that be? That's probably also another monster? But that looks... I have no actual idea what this is.
Nightmares.
Ah, there you go. There we have the high quality. Ah, this looks like a blatant monster, to be fair, though. Yeah. So we haven't seen much, like, sort of Northern Realms stuff here, or Nilfgaard stuff, it seems. Like, I think they just focused for the trailer on, like, monsters and beasts, because, you know, why would there randomly be, like, some soldier just marching along the fucking lines when there's, like, a Witcher expansion, right? So I guess they took some Beast SK, some maybe Scoia'tael. The first one, I think, could be Scoia'tael. Because, like, the Griffin is definitely monsters. The first one could be, like, Scoia'tael, because Panthers exist in Scoia'tael. This one's definitely SK Beasts. Then we have the Alzur card, which was released.
Freed.
Oh, yeah. So here we have... Ooh, what could this be? This could honestly be Syndicate, right? This is Syndicate Mutants. They did say Mutants for Syndicate. This looks like a Syndicate card, if I'm honest, because like he's experimenting with like a mutant-looking dude. So I'm predicting this is a Syndicate card. Obviously, my predictions are worth absolutely nothing these days. Could also be Nilfgaard. Nilfgaard is known to sort of experiment, but the fact that we have these candles, like candles usually implicate... This is me. Does this look like me? I don't think it looks like me. But I think the candles usually also implicate, because candles are like a common theme in Syndicate cards. So definitely could be a Syndicate card, this one.
Of the fetters of the spineless count.
Oh no. I hate everything with eyes, but let's first look at this. Come on. Skip. Oh, this is a neutral card. I hate everything to do with eyes. This one hurts me because, like, as a filmmaker, my eyes are like my most valuable sort of asset. And if anything were to happen to my eyes, I'm gonna be like really, really upset or like really, really sad. And just look at that, like Parasite. That's why I hate Parasite, but I don't mind Parasite because I'm kind of used to it by now. But seeing this new thing, and it's like Parasite is already in there. This is like right before it happens, and yeah, this is definitely neutral. This is definitely neutral, I think.
Council.
All right, so this is probably Nilfgaard Witcher. Got a redhead Witcher.
Can create something new. Hunters.
Oh, this is SK. This is SK Witcher, boys. Look at the SK Witcher there. Easy SK Witcher, dude. Check the Reddit preview leak. You were right. That beast is Goya. Nice.
Exceptional strength, speed, agility.
All right. Oh, okay. So this is this Syndicate or Northern Realms? So the first one was definitely Nilfgaard. Maybe Scoia'tael doesn't have a Witcher. This could be Syndicate, probably. Like the orange tiles, the orange surroundings. Like the SK Warrior had a bit of purple tint on it. Yeah, the snow. It's very implicated. This one with the eye and everything. Yeah, this is Nilfgaard with the stars. You have the sun here. The sun here, like that's pretty blatantly Nilfgaard. Either this is Northern Realms or Syndicate. I can't really tell.
To overcome absolutely any foe.
Alright, so... Oh, this might be monsters, you know? Because, like, it's got monsters in the background as well. So we have, like, 4. One is either Syndicate or an NR, and this one's very likely monster, honestly. He looks like a monster card. But why is he a monster? Maybe he is... Actually, he could also be Northern Realms, to be honest. He could also be Northern Realms.
Toil to do justice to their feats. For sometimes one needs a monster.
Yeah, that's gonna be a neutral special card, I think.
To slay a monster.
Yeah, baby. And I think after that, nothing really comes. Way of the Witcher, baby. I suggested on Reddit that the expansion name is gonna be Witchers of the World. But Way of the Witcher obviously sounds better. Oh, 10 cards per faction and 10 neutral cards. Oh, okay. Well, that makes it a lot easier to calculate. That's just 70 cards, though. That's not that great, honestly. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see what it does. We'll see what it can do. And I'm gonna be back with this YouTube video that's gonna be up in an hour with probably Burza and Slama talking about the things that are going to be happening with this expansion. And they might also reveal these first 5 cards, which would be quite tasty. So I'll see you in a minute. I'm just going to clap and boom, and we're back. And the video's literally just started. I think the countdown to the video's just started. 2 minutes. All right. So we'll see you then. All right. I don't think I'm gonna edit anything out here. I don't know how long this is gonna take.
Hey everyone, and welcome to our first developer update of the upcoming expansion of The Witcher.
Why is there a mouse in the middle of the screen?
With the help of some amazing
remove the mouse!
Weeks, which will be filled with the
Tom Holland
and the most revealing reveals. Now
Alright,
today I'm joined by no other than the famous triple ointment prodigy and ex-pro player now turned developer. It's Malegian. How are you doing, my friend?
Hey Ryan, thanks very much. Thank you very much. I'm very excited to share the new expansion.
I just have to say I once got like a 30-point Igni versus Malegian. I'm just pointing it out here, guys. I'm just pointing it out here, guys.
Really looking forward to what the following weeks will bring.
Great to hear. I think some people will be excited what kind of touch you've given these new cards, and maybe they can spot your ideas as well. But maybe not everyone has seen the trailer yet, and it is also, I think,
they don't have to show us the trailer
work, when it comes to our video production team. So why don't we just watch it one more time together?
All right, so I skipped that because you already seen it.
And Way of the Witcher is coming December 8th for everyone who hasn't noticed it yet. And I'm ready for some leaks. What do you say?
Of course, always.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's jump straight into it. The first person, or I guess the first card, is the man of the it is Alzur himself.
Man, I was hoping they wouldn't reveal Alzur because
when you play a
everybody saw Alzur already.
With the same provision cost on this row, and it has a counter.
I was hoping they actually show us a new leak.
This card is already in the game.
It's already in the game. That's why
people will have already had the chance to craft
upset
it
about
and
that.
try it out in the new draft mode.
But we got new cards. We got new cards. That's all that matters, guys. That's all that matters.
Yeah, so Alzur already made a big entrance to the world of Gwent recently, and now he makes an even bigger entrance. So it only feels natural for Alzur to have synergy with cards like Alzur Standard or Alzur's Double Cross, right? So keep in mind that this card will spawn units only when you play cards with spell category, so not all specials, because spells.
Oh yeah, it's only spells. I did forget that it's only spells.
Yeah, you can get all sort of units from.
Yeah, Neuromancy is probably the main target here, isn't
Alzur, it? As a person who specializes in mutations and magic, will deliver you with sometimes unpredictable outcomes.
Now,
unpredictable indeed.
As a question for myself, spawn a unit. That means you get an option of 3. Is that true?
Yeah, you can get an order unit. No, you can get any unit. You can also get a 1-point Philippa if there's a
random unit from the pool
12-point
of
spell.
Units that
12-piece spell.
That has
Scorch is a 12-piece spell. Yeah.
The cost of the spell you played. And he has counter of 3, so it can happen up to 3 times. After 3 times, you can't do it anymore.
You can also get Keltalus when you play Neuromancy,
for example. But yeah, you have 3 rolls. Don't waste them.
I see.
It's an interesting card for sure. It's an interesting card. I'm definitely gonna play it.
Yeah, I guess we have to see which crazy combinations people will play. And it's a neutral card, so I guess you can play it in all of your decks. Really excited to see what people will come up with. I would say we keep on going. The next one,
new cards! Yes!
The first card of the expansion.
Let's go!
Coming straight from Nilfgaard.
Oh, Adrenaline.
And his name is Colgrim, a 1 power, 9 provision card. Epic. And his tool
Wait.
reads Adrenaline 2. At the end of your turn, boost self by the difference between number of cards in player's decks. Now, Legion, there is a lot to unfold here. First of
Wait.
all, new keyword.
Oh, that seems kind of nuts.
Yeah, we have new keyword adrenaline. So when you look at this card, you might think that we are going crazy because the difference between the number of cards in a player's deck could be like 7 or 8. So did we really play the card that can boost off by 7 or 8 every turn? Well, not really. The twist with adrenaline is that adrenaline abilities will be active when you have specified amount of cards in hand or less than specified amount. So in Colgrim's case, he has adrenaline 2, right? So if you have 2 cards in hand, then at the end of your turn, this ability will trigger. And then again if you have 1, and again if you have 0. So adrenaline allows us to introduce whole new.
Oh, that's cool. That's sequencing. I love that. That's great. That's a great mechanic. Like sequencing looks pretty cool. Like some the card seems a bit weak, honestly, but I think the mechanic adrenaline is a very nice one for sure.
So adrenaline opens a lot of options for us, and well, as
I shouldn't be
we know
talking too much, honestly.
From the Witcher games, or the third one particularly. It's also important part of the way of the Witcher, right? Adrenaline is part of every combat, and well, now it's also in Gwent.
Whew, all right. So it basically gives you the tools to balance a card around it being played as a starting card or maybe as a finisher, right?
Yeah, exactly. The adrenaline won't always work in the player's favor. Sometimes the mechanic will put you on a timer. We will see an example of such cards today. So, for example, some abilities will be very strong, but only if you play
it's only on
for
deploy,
a certain
I think.
threshold of cards in hand. So,
Oh wait.
a lot of options, and you will
No, it's
see
not. It's at the end of your turn.
in
Wait.
very, very close future.
All right.
That's kind of
so
nuts, isn't it?
Colgrim boosting
That's pretty crazy, actually.
difference of
Wait.
cards. So it doesn't matter
Wait, that's actually pretty crazy. Hold up.
less cards.
Wait a minute. Hold up. That's pretty crazy.
Exactly. So if you are a wholesome meal player, he will work. If you are a hyperpin player, he will work. And also
40 cards full test,
to
yes.
put support and
That's great. Yeah, look. That's actually funny.
Let's take a look at Viper Witcher, also a Nilfgaard card, and as you can say, as you all know, there already is a Viper Witcher in the game, but we did a little name switcheroo because this fits the expansion very well, and we'll get more into that later. But his tooltip reads deploy. Put
No!
unit, and then he has got an additional part where it says Adrenaline 6. Spawn a copy of that unit at the top.
This is so good, though. This is a really, really good card.
So as you can see, you can add more units to opponent's deck to make Colgrim better. This ability is actually very flexible because you can put something good on top of your opponent's deck to steal it. You can put something bad to make their draws more
Yeah, you
important.
usually
Put
give them
something
like
there to
bad
make
cards,
Colgrim
honestly.
better. And as we can see here, this second
This
part
is
of the
this is
ability
anti-mill,
only
yeah, but it's
when you have
pretty
Adrenaline
good
6.
actually.
Now, one thing that is important to remember with adrenaline checks the state of your hand in the moment of playing the card if it's deploy, right? So it's like dominance. If you don't have dominance, but the card with dominance you are playing is the biggest unit, the dominance will be active, right? So for
You know what's funny with this?
when you have
I'm gonna talk about it
cards
later.
in hand, you play Viper Witcher, then in the moment of playing Viper Witcher, you already have 6 cards in hand. So his ability will be active. And this is quite simple, it works exactly like that.
Wait,
Like,
there's
as I
some
said,
really
so it
stupid
will be
stuff you can do
just
with
something
this.
to-
There's some really dumb shit.
But,
Oh my
yeah,
god.
This is how it works. In the first 3 plays, Viper Witcher will be just 4 points, but he unlocks a whole new ability when you have less than that.
All right.
Also,
so-
maybe let's talk a little bit about the name change.
Yeah.
The original Viper Witcher is now called Kingslayer.
Okay.
And we did that to make it clear that those cards are from different sets. The Kingslayer is still a Witcher, but just to make it very clear that those are cards from different sets. This one is Viper Witcher, the other is just Kingslayer.
Okay. So I guess Viper Witcher, a
Yeah,
potential
infiltrator
6 for
decks.
5 with a
That's a good
very
one. That's a good
flexible
shout.
vision
That's a good shout.
Mm-hmm.
What's
Alright,
up,
let's
Persian?
keep on looking what we've got next. a card called
Squirtle.
It's got deploy, destroy the rightmost unit on an enemy row with at least 5 units.
Hey, that's...
Or if you got Adrenaline 3, destroy the rightmost unit on an enemy row with at least 3 units instead. So a little bit of that flexibility, as you said. If you play him later in the round.
Okay, guys, before we say anything,
target a row with
I think there's got to be some synergies with this.
Yes, exactly.
But movements,
So if you
movement
have,
Squirtle.
for
I
example,
can
to get
smell the
for you
movement
in,
Squirtle from here.
In a short round 3, for example, right? Then his requirement.
It's got good
for
synergies
resolution
with
is
Milena.
less punishing. So as you can see with Brehen, he's Witcher from School of the Cat. You guys might know it from.
It's number of
one
cards in
the
your hand, by the
versions.
way. It's not number of cards in your deck.
Yeah, he really relies on positioning of certain units. What's worth noting is that whenever you move a unit to the other row, it always ends up being on the right, so you can set it up that way. So I think it's a really powerful control.
Yeah, it's a good card. It's good. Good card. Good
I
card.
see positioning in
Interesting.
Squirtle. Interesting. All right.
They're revealing a lot more cards than I thought they would.
A Skellige card, also an epic, called Gerd. You can see him slashing some siren right there, and as it so happens, they are also part of his tooltip, which reads deploy, spawn a deafening siren on the opposite row, and damage all units on that row by 1. Or if you've got Adrenaline 4, spawn a deafening siren on the opposite row and damage it by 1 instead. So, is this one of those negative effects you were talking about?
Yes, exactly. This is a very, very strong ability because he's an 8 power unit for just 7 provisions and he can swipe the whole board for
That's a
1.
cool art, though. That's probably the
very,
best
very
art
strong.
so far.
And the whole row, not whole board, of course. But, well, as I said, this ability
Yeah, it's
is
early
very high.
adrenaline.
If you want this strong effect, you need to use it before you go below the threshold of 4 cards.
I mean, usually plays for
Because when you
10,
have 4
right? This
cards,
usually plays
you
for 10. This
only
card's pretty
use
nuts,
the siren.
honestly.
You won't damage all the other units in the row. So this
This,
is an
this
example of
card's kind of
adrenaline
crazy,
used
actually.
as a way of telling the player.
This card's kind of busted if you think
Yes,
about
use
it. Wait a
but
minute.
You have to use it early.
Like, it's a
So
6
it also
deal.
helps
It's
you
like a...
kinda set
Oh,
up
it's pretty
your
nuts.
Bloodthirst if you want.
Okay.
While also being a row patch. Cool combination card. I see. I think we've got another Skellige card. Yeah, there it is. Bear Witcher Mentor.
Bear with your mentor, mate.
His tooltip reads deploy, boost self by 1 for every damaged allied unit, and Adrenaline 3, boost self by 1 for every damaged unit instead. Oh, so also your opponent's units.
Yeah, also opponent's units. So suddenly the synergy with Gert is very.
So it's
good.
it's like a
Wounded units
boar,
to
right?
make your Bear Witcher Mentor stronger. But
Piggy, it's
only
piggy.
if you
It's a better
have 3
piggy.
cards or less. Otherwise, Bear Witcher Mentor will only consider his side of the board. So as you can see, wounded units for Skellige, quite important thing.
I see. I mean,
Interesting.
the point potential of this card is quite high.
Pretty
Yeah,
good,
but
yeah.
it's
It's pretty crazy. It could be very
Okay,
good. It
now
could be
let's
very
see
good.
what some other factions got. We
Oh, we got
continue with
Cohen.
Cohen, a Northern Realms epic, 3 power and 7 provision. And he's got Zeal Order. Boost all units with power equal to Cohen's power by the amount Cohen is boosted. Okay.
So this card might look a little bit familiar because it's very similar to one of the cards in the game, and that card
Shiru.
is Shiru.
Yeah.
Shiru will destroy units with his power. Cohen is a little bit more, let's say, defensive option. He allows you to boost your units, but also the opponent's units. So, you have
So that's
to
pretty
keep in
good. Like,
mind
you play...
that if opponent has units on specific level, you would like to avoid that level.
It's pretty good, actually.
And, well, if you manage to get a lot of units on the same power,
It works
like
nicely with
maybe
Shield
King
Wall
Belahun, for example,
And
you can get everything to
Royal
5.
Guard.
So you can get
This could be funny in a Belahun deck.
by the,
This could be quite funny in a Belahun deck, if I'm
amount
honest.
that is needed.
This is good with Belahun, eh?
And,
That'll be funny in Belahun.
So you don't have to use the order ability in the turn you play him, right? You can have him on the board, boost him higher, and
Yes.
then use it if you want to, if you're feeling safe, or maybe have a defender on the row, or you can use it in the turn. I see. Nice.
Oh, Blue Stripes also, that's a good one. But it only boosted by 1,
Let's see
right?
what the next one is. I think we're delving into the territory of the Syndicate now. Introducing Roland Bleinheim. Whenever a unit is poisoned, gain 2 coins. Adrenaline 5. Whenever an allied unit is poisoned, gain 2 coins.
Okay, so
instead.
it's a timer.
This
It's another
is
timer
our
card.
second
Okay,
vision.
it's another timer
So
card.
again, this is one of those abilities where adrenaline doesn't really work in the player's favor, because you can get coins for poisoning the opponent. But well, usually poisons are something that players
card.
tend to keep for later, because the
Probably
later they,
not
the
that
more
good,
they
actually.
wait, the stronger unit they
It's
get
cool,
to
but I
show
don't think
poison.
it's that great.
But if you are willing to commit your poison offensively earlier, then you might get additional coins with Roland. Otherwise, if you go below that point of 5 cards, you still can get the points, but if you poison allies. So, speaking of poisoning allies, maybe we should also get to the next card.
The next card being named Salamandra Abomination. Ooh, look at that card art.
Oh,
Yeah,
damn.
that thing.
That's some ugly.
Disgusting.
That's ugly.
And yeah, you said there was some poison synergy right here, and it's total breeds Tribute 1, Poison
Okay.
Self. Oof. Whenever this unit is poisoned, boost self by 2. Adrenaline 4 at the end of your turn.
Yeah.
Pure.
So this is basically the.
Yes, exactly.
The
So
syn-
as
I
you
forgot
can
what
see,
the
this is
card
one of
is
the cards
called.
that really wants to get poisoned. We have some of such cards. I think only one actually in
Yeah.
the game right now.
The drunk.
So Salamandra Abomination
The
is another
homeless
one
dude.
that works in a similar way. We have also a
That is
tribute,
some-
which,
that card
I'm
art
sure,
makes
players
it
who like
already
coffee
worth it,
books
honestly.
will appreciate.
Yeah, Wretched Addict. Thank
And
you. Thank
yeah,
you.
if you
Thank
have
chat.
adrenaline, you actually can keep poisoning this unit over and over again, and it will be pretty safe because it will never be killed.
Yeah, it's alright
by the
with
poison.
Syndicate Leader, right?
At
It's
least
with the
not in a
pretty decent
single
with this.
And well, as you can see here, when you have Roland and Salamandra Abomination, you can get 2 coins and 2
Oh, but
power
the card is
every
so
time you
ugly.
Poison.
Like, it's
Salamandra
beautiful, but it's
Abomination.
so
it's
ugly,
pretty
and it
good
knows.
synergy.
I think after this expansion, I just want to burn the whole Syndicate board with some good old Igni or something. This is some scary stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I think that's it of all the leaks we've got. for
That's some
this
good leaks,
time
though.
around.
Some pretty good
Um,
leaks.
We obviously got a few more infos for you, but I still gotta digest that. that was quite the scary abomination there at the end.
Yeah, you don't want to meet it in Dark Alley.
No. I think
You wanna meet it
people
at a
might
strip
notice that we
club.
didn't
That's where it goes
introduce
crazy.
so far.
That
And,
Dark Abomination at the
maybe
strip
we
club?
can
Oh,
assure
he
the
throws
people
out
that there will
monies
be
like nothing else,
a
brother.
Witcher or a way of the Witcher for monsters, but you can be assured that they've got some tricks up their sleeves and some creatures you also don't want to really meet. Even
my
during the
favorite
day.
card actually.
Ooh.
Yeah, my favorite card actually is from Monsters. I think my favorite card of the set. So
Okay.
yeah, we'll
forward to
we'll
it.
have to wait a little bit, but they will come.
Abomination visits passive flora. Yeah.
Once again, we're cooperating with our lovely community and our Gwent partners, so you have to keep an eye out on all the
That's funny.
social channels, on the Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube accounts of your favorite streamers, and you might just see a leak pop up there. We'll definitely do a recap. of
No
all the
MO?
leaks
Oh, yeah,
at
there
the
was no
end of
monster.
every
I
week.
do realize.
Probably coming out each Monday until the release. So even if you don't follow social media or the YouTubes and the Twitters and the Twitchs,
I don't have any leaks for you guys, but maybe I'm gonna get
be
one.
able to keep updated.
I'm not gonna leak the ugliest card, probably.
The other thing is there is a certain event coming up just before.
I don't know what I'm leaking, guys. I don't know if I'm
expansion.
even leaking
Talking
anything.
about the Masters Season 2. We've got some great Gwent games coming up just before the expansion, and you can be assured that there will be some very exciting leaks and revelations coming during that event, so don't miss it. It's going to be on the weekend of the 5th and the 6th of December. And also this morning, I think also you saw it in the trailer probably.
I should have
but
no
I'm just
leaks. Not right
gonna
now.
quick swipe over to it as well. We've got some great pre-order packs for you, which you might want to take a look into. The first one being
You might
the
not want to
Sword
buy because they're
pre-order
pretty
pack.
overpriced, to be
Comes
fair.
with a,
But hey,
well, it's not quite an
support
evolving, it's
support
more of a
CDPR.
changing card back. Here's another example. And 10 journey levels. So if you're trying to play through that Alzur's journey, this will be a nice boost. Another option is the Alzur's pre-order pack. You're going to get the premium version of the Alzur card. A lot of premium kegs coming, which we can open when the expansion drops. But also a
Yeah,
game
these
board,
pre-order packs
Alzur
usually are
Laboratory, which you
very
can
expensive,
use
but
immediately
it makes
after,
sense,
so
right?
You don't have to wait for the expansion. That
Does
is
create
pretty
hype.
epic.
No skin is kind
The
of
last
bad
one
though.
was
I don't like the
the
fact that there's no
combination
skin.
offer
But I guess
for
with Journey,
people
there's no
that
reason
want
to
it
add
all.
skins to this.
You'll even get a nice bonus title on top with which reads The Witcher. So if you wanted to be The Witcher, now you can be The Witcher.
Wait, you can't. That title doesn't exist?
Glimpse of the bear
Wait, seriously? That title doesn't exist?
which is actually one of my favorites. I really like that one.
That's pretty cool, actually,
Now-
though.
I think that's it for today. Unless there's anything you would like to talk about. I think
I think that if you are, I'm looking forward to play with my Alzur skin and use Alzur card on Alzur's board. That's all I want to say.
and play Alzur's Thunder.
Yeah, of course, Alzur's Thunder, Alzur's Double Cross, all sorts of stuff.
Yeah. Speaking of, if you've missed anything, you can definitely check it out on YouTube. And we got some brand new patch notes which came out today, all focused on our new draft mode. I think Jason also mentioned it already, but this time around, compared to the old arena, we want to really keep evolving this game mode and keep it fresh, keep it up to date, keep it balanced, and introduce new things. Alzur already joined with some other mage combination cards, so maybe try out a new draft mode run if you're feeling like it. And we'll definitely see you soon. Thank you so much for watching and have a wonderful week. Oh,
See ya.
and thank you, Malegion, for joining me. Hope you have a wonderful
Thank
day.
you,
as well.
Ryan, for having me.
See you soon.
Alright. Get that out of my face. Get that out of my face. Come on, show me the cards. Show me the cards, babe. Yeah. Alright, so Viper Witcher. Let's talk about Viper Witcher first. Let's zoom in on this a little bit so we can see this all in its full beauty. Alright, so Viper Witcher. Deploy, put Bleeding 2 on an enemy unit. Adrenaline 6, spawn a copy of that unit at the top of opponent's deck. So I'm gonna guess this only works once, which is actually a very powerful tool. It sets up things like Cantarella quite nicely, but what's also important is that you can give your opponents bad cards, which is probably what makes this card the most powerful, because it spawns that card on top of the deck, which means you can give your opponent, like, for example, he's playing Nature's Gift, you can give your opponent like a 1-point Treant. And that's really, really bad. Like, you can manipulate the deck quite nicely. And you can kind of go ham on this card maybe as well. Like, imagine you play like Operator into Viper Witcher and just like give him all the bad sort of tokens. Like, I don't know, Volunteers in Northern Realms, Treants in Scoia'tael, Rats or Aracuses in Monsters, Zealots in Syndicate. And the only faction that doesn't really have any of those tokens is Nilfgaard, which is kind of funny because, you know, Nilfgaard mirrors are always a bit different. And it's funny that Nilfgaard doesn't have these tokens that other factions has. I guess Operators, the Operatives. But other than that, there isn't really much token stuff going on in Nilfgaard. So yeah, this card is very, very interesting. Probably not like super playable, but it can be really annoying to play against, I think. All right, then we have Colgrim. Adrenaline at the end of your turn boosts self by the difference between number of cards in players' decks. This is really, really cool because it's an at the end of turn ability. So you play this as your third last card, because the way Adrenaline works, I don't think I've explained Adrenaline myself here. The way Adrenaline works is that you play this as your third last card, and if you have 2 cards in your hand left, that means the Adrenaline ability will trigger. So for, I think, 1, 2, 3 turns, this will actually get its at end of turn ability. So if there's like a 7 card difference, or like a, I don't know, even like a 6 card difference, and the card stays alive, this card could be pretty nuts. Like, it could play for like 6 times 3, right? Plus the 1, 19 points. So yeah, but you obviously have to have like a hyper thin deck with this, or a deck that fills the opponent's deck with other cards, which it's looking like is the case right now. Like these card manipulation cards, like these deck manipulation cards like Viper Witcher, looking really interesting, for example, with this card, because it gives this an additional boost technically. So yeah, Colgrim looking like, this looks like a very decent card, actually. Like, it doesn't look good on paper, and it might actually not be that good because it gets reset or tall punished. So that's always something you have to consider. But it's something like Hyper Thin, where you go tall anyway. It's really useful, honestly, because like you're gonna go tall with things like Yennefer into the Tibor reveal, or Zarthisius into the Tibor reveal, and this card will just be just as tall as these other cards, right? So yeah. Gonna give your opponent some nice choices as to what cards you want to sort of get rid of him. But probably, usually, I think in decks, the difference in cards is most of the time like 4 at best. Like with Hyperthin, against like Northern Realms, it's usually like 6 or so. But against like Scoia'tael, that deck thins quite effectively. So maybe this card's also just bad. Maybe there isn't good enough deck manipulation in these other cards that Nilfgaard has or is going to receive. So, yeah. Gonna be kind of like, I can't really give a rating to this just yet. This one deserves a rating when there's like a 3 or 4 more cards revealed. Other than that, I don't think I can give a proper conclusion to this. Then we have Cohen. Zeal order boost all units with power equal to Cohen's power by the amount of Cohen is boosted. So we already talked about King Belahun being an option for this. So if you have Belahun and a bunch of 5s and you play Cohen, you're going to boost all 5s by 2, which is a really, really crazy ability if you think about it. If it works, obviously. We can't really, like, these are just assumptions, and Belahun isn't that great anyway. You could also, I think, play this in something like Commandos. If you play Voimir before him, and boost all your commandos up by 1, put them on 5 power, and then like boost this by 2 with like, I don't know, a Royal Guard or something like that. But that's obviously a lot of setup. With Amphibious Assault, this gets a 2 boost as well. So don't forget about Amphibious Assault. So that's also very, very important to note that this with Amphibious Assault is a 5-point card, which might boost all 5-point cards by 2. Okay, so everything I said earlier is wrong because I just realized that Cohen boosts all units with power equal to Cohen's power, and not just allies. And that makes him garbage. This is a straight up meme card. Or you just play Irden with it. Or yeah, you probably just play Irden with it. But yeah, Cohen's... I was really looking forward to Cohen, dude. Being like boosting all allied units and stuff. But they actually like copied Shiru, basically. They actually just copied Shiru and made him boost all units. That's kind of bad, actually. That's really bad. The card's actually garbage now. Like, it's a complete meme card, if I'm honest. Then we have Scoia'tael with Brehen. Destroy the rightmost unit on an enemy row with at least 5 units. Adrenaline 3, destroy the rightmost unit on an enemy row with at least 3 units instead. So, by the time Adrenaline 3 sets in, this card should have been set up in a long round. The problem with this card is most definitely the short round. This card will be incredibly bad in a short round since it just plays for 4. It doesn't have a second sort of ability. So you kind of have to get this card out in earlier rounds and not in the short round because then the card just becomes kind of bad. And it works really well with cards like Milena. That's the one card I can really think of right now that synergizes with it because Milena moves the unit to the right anyway. Also, Guerrilla Tactics leader ability does work with this. And it's Witcher, which is a unique tag for Scoia'tael. A unique tag we've actually not seen, so we get more unique tags in Scoia'tael to work with something like Harmony. So yeah, Brehen, interesting card. I don't think he will be too competitive. I mean, it depends on like what other cards are being revealed. But the problem with this card, as I said, is the short round where it's going to be really difficult to set up 3 units. Yeah, I mean, it's a decent tall punish for Scoia'tael for sure. Then we have Bear Witcher Mentor. Deploy boost self by 1 for every damaged allied unit. And then Adrenaline free boost self by 1 for every damaged unit instead. So this card is like a late game sort of payoff card to a lot of damage cards. I think a card that works really well with this is Dim and Light Longship, which is kind of a staple in Skellige. Then we also have, I guess, some of the Sirens, or like in general, like Rage of the Sea can set up a lot of damaged units at once. Also could have some nice synergies with Wild Boar of the Sea. So basically after Adrenaline 3, this becomes like a giant boar, but for 5 provisions, which is really good, honestly. Like, Giant Boar is a terrible card because it's incredibly overcosted and incredibly conditional. Whereas this, you can kind of set up yourself and set it up nicely and don't lose too much value if it just plays for like a 5 or like a 6. Whereas with, you know, Giant Boar, you're going to lose a lot of like value if it just plays for 5 or 6. And then we have Gerd. Deploy spawn a Deafening Siren on the opposite row and damage all units on that row by 1. Adrenaline Force, spawn a Deafening Siren on the opposite row and damage it by 1 instead. So they said in the video that this has like a timer on it, and it makes sense because obviously with Adrenaline 4, you are only allowed to play this. So basically, if you play this as your 5th card, this already triggers the Adrenaline 4. So you have to play this before your 5th card, so as your 6th card. So in the short round, this just plays for like a 7, right? Like it's a 7 for 7 at worst. But at the start of the game, it plays for like a 6 because it spawns the Siren. Actually, no, it plays for a 7 because it damages the Siren anyway. And then it probably also deals like 2 damage. So it's like a 7 deal 2, which is quite nice because it also has like synergies with Greatsword, also has synergies with probably this Bear Witcher mentor, and yeah, it can like take out certain stuff. It probably can't take out anything, but it can sort of deal damage necessary for cards to set up with. And then we have Salamandra Abomination. Beast Salamandra. Tribute 1 Poison Self. Whenever this unit is poisoned, boost self by 2. Adrenaline 4 at the end of your turn. Purify self. So there's another Adrenaline card. This is a bronze card you want to play late, which is a bit of a downside because you want to play bronze cards early usually. Especially 2 point per turn engine bronze cards. Like every poison card technically can poison an allied unit, I think. I'm not sure if a mutated hound can. But yeah, I know that Fistic Trafficker and Fistic themselves can poison your own units. And Wretched Addict is basically the one card that synergizes with. But you're obviously not going to play Wretched Addict because this is just a better version of Wretched Addict. Because it boosts itself by 2. And then it also purifies itself. So it's not vulnerable to poison from the opponent, which is quite nice. And then we have Roland Blindheim, whose ability is whenever a unit is poisoned, you gain 2 coins. Adrenaline 5, whenever an allied unit is poisoned, gain 2 coins instead. So this is quite nice. Like it has synergies. Like it clearly like it shows the synergies because like it's Adrenaline 5 and this is Adrenaline 4. So quite clever that they revealed both of these cards together because there's a clear sort of synergy going on because like you're gaining 2 coins if you play this and then this. While also playing a 7 for 7 and then a 6 for 5, which is quite decent. Plus you're getting 2 coins, so you're playing a 9 for 7 and then a 6 for 5. Then also can go on for more poisons. But the question is, what cards are actually going to synergize better with this? Like most of the poison cards are bronze cards. So this would have to be like a late round 1 strategy. And it shouldn't really be your like round 3 strategy. You have to think about that. In round 3, you don't want to keep your golds. And if your bronze cards are synergizing with these cards, it doesn't really help you much if those cards just don't do much for you because then you're gaining points, but you're gaining points through bronze cards, which just aren't as good as gold cards. Like, for example, Philibor, Passiflora, or I don't know, like Madame Louise or MK, you know, all those good gold cards that you have in Syndicate. And yeah, that's all the cards that they revealed for today. Now, what are my opinions on this? These first few cards look very interesting. I am a bit more excited about this one than I was for Master Mirror, to be honest. I mean, Master Mirror, the reason I was so excited for it is because it was so long since we got an expansion. But the thing with the Master Mirror was that it played it incredibly safe in a lot of situations. Like, a lot of the cards just felt very safe and just like sort of non-synergetic and just like point-based. Like the 7 for 4s with Devotion. Then we had the Invaders and stuff. Like very boring cards that were revealed early. I guess Turkey was an interesting one. But for this one, we have a nice couple of cards that do sort of play for a more unique strategy and actually like seem to have synergies with other cards that are going to come up as well. So I'm looking forward to that for sure. And I really like the archetypes that they are tackling with this one, like Nilfgaard deck manipulation, Scoia'tael movement, Syndicate self-poison. I didn't expect it, but it is very interesting for sure. And Northern Realms with Cohen doesn't really give you an idea of what they're going to do with Northern Realms, but that Cohen card is a pretty freaking interesting card. Like, I'm not gonna lie, this is a very, very interesting, like, setup for Northern Realms. Maybe they just give Northern Realms unique effects that just like work with each other, or like swarm synergies or something like that. That's what it's also looking like. And yeah, that was the first sort of reveals for this expansions. Maybe I'll get a reveal too, guys. Who knows? I mean, I actually don't know. Like, I seriously don't know. Sama said I'm gonna get one, but I haven't really gotten anything, so who knows? Maybe I will, maybe I won't. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe for more Gwent content, and I'll see you soon.